Hey everybody, welcome back to the Right Amount of Rant. My name is Rival, consistently joined by my good friend Julian. Say hi, Julian.
Hey everybody.
It is a brand new year. I am still suffering from the sniff, snort, and Bjortons. I am still sick. You can hear it in my voice. You may have realized that we didn't put up any podcasts the last 2 weeks. And this is the best my voice has sounded in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're also getting this podcast for free, so if you're complaining, shut up. So we're back, brand new year. Hope everybody had a great New Year's. We are back in stride. We have some good topics for you today. That's a lie. We're going to make up everything on the spot. So we do have some great this year Florida mans for it.
Florida man.
The first thing we're going to discuss, if I could stop touching my nose, is New Year's resolutions and everything that goes along with those. We kind of touched on them on the last podcast, like people making New Year's resolutions, but I've made some New Year's resolutions. I'm actually on a diet. I'm on a what is known as a intermittent fasting diet, which just basically means I don't eat for 16 to 18 hours a day, and I only have like a small window to eat, and that's it. That's like the simplest breakdown of that you can get. So, like, basically, I don't eat at night when I come home from work. So I'm cutting out one of my meals, and it's a little tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's not fun.
Yeah, no, I can tell it's not fun. I've been actually told that you have to eat at least 6 times a day.
No, those are other diets.
I never heard of this diet before. Cutting one of your meals.
Apparently fasting is one of the smartest and more body conscious ways of doing it because your body adapts to just going a long period of time without food and then being able to eat again for really well, as opposed to like trying to bleed. For example, things like keto. Anybody out there doing a keto diet, there's something called a keto flu. Okay. Julian, how knowledgeable are you on keto?
I have no idea what keto flu is or keto in general.
Oh, okay. Keto, the diet keto basically says you eat no sugars and you eat no carbs, period.
Oh.
Okay. So like breads or anything that has any carbs or anything like that, you don't eat it. You eat meats, cheeses, pretty much.
Okay. That doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, no, it's incredibly hard to keep up.
I can imagine.
But it does work. It does work. But the other side of that is that if at any point, once you're like kind of really into the rhythm of getting into the keto, we're talking like 2 to 3 weeks in or beyond, if you happen to, I don't know, have any sugar or any carbs, your body goes into a total breakdown because now it doesn't know how to process those things again.
Jesus.
And you get flu-like symptoms for at least 48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've got a buddy at work who is like, no, keto works. And I'm going, I can tell keto works. I know keto works. I also don't want a diet that if I happen to slip off of, I end up like in bed for 2 days. No, I'm not doing that. I also love pretzels too much. I'm not giving this up. So the bigger issue with like things like keto is there's a heavy downside to if you end up slipping. So no, with this, one of the things, intermittent fasting is actually supposedly also very, very good for men. Specifically, it lowers your blood pressure. It raises your testosterone. It does all these other things. Like it increases your metabolism, reduces insulin resistance. So basically all that means is that your blood sugar goes down to like it basically so that you're more affected by insulin. So your blood sugar goes down as opposed to needing to have as much insulin in your blood at any given time to maintain that same blood sugar. So there's a lot of really good stuff going on with this. The bitch is when I come home, I would normally eat. And now I come home and I go, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do for the next 3 hours. So like I'm looking at things that I haven't looked at in a long time going, oh, hey, that's right. I do have that book I haven't finished. What am I doing with my life? Oh, that's right. I was eating sandwiches. That's what I was doing with my life. I was eating sandwiches.
You're creating a new habit by cutting another one, basically.
Well, I mean, basically, yeah, you're right. But like I went on this there's a fasting website that talked about like the benefits and some of the side effects of potentially doing this and all this stuff. And it said it was called Do Fasting or something like that. And it told me, I told it, how much do you weigh? I told it.
Okay.
I weigh 292 pounds for anybody who wants to know. I carry it very well, which is what a lot of fat people tell you. And most fat people are lying, but I'm not. So I carry it really well. Most people think I'm like 230. Which compliments, thank you. But I'm a big boy. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. But I told it, you know what I want? I want to be down to 200 pounds. I want to lose 92 pounds. That's my goal. I want to be able to wear all of my old wardrobe. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's quite a leap. After you do that, you got to buy new clothes.
I still have all my old clothes. This is why I want to go back to it.
Oh my. Okay.
Like at work, we have jeans days. Like instead of wearing business casuals, they're like, oh, hey, you can wear jeans and stuff. And they're like, how come you never wear jeans? It's like, because I got fat. I don't have any jeans that fit anymore. Well, why don't you go out and buy new jeans? No, that's encouraging me to stay fat.
Yeah,
I like jeans. I want to go back.
Yes, and once you lose that weight, those jeans are out of the question. You cannot wear them anymore.
But this website like took all my stats, like my height, my weight, how often I'm going to work out, which as soon as I get rid of this godforsaken sickness.
Yeah, he has been sick ever since the beginning of the year.
I've been moderately sick since November, buddy.
True, but recently it just exploded.
Oh no, recently it kicked my ass. Like it went through like, all right, no, I just sent some warning messages. Now I'm here to whoop your ass.
Just a side question. How the hell do you work at a call center with that voice?
I struggle.
Oh my.
I do it, but I struggle. But that's not the point. Also, yesterday my voice actually sounded better than it does today. So fuck you, Destiny, or whoever the fuck's doing this to me. So
damn it, Destiny.
But I've got brand new workout equipment and all that. Anyway, so this website said if I stick to the diet and I do the workouts like I'm saying I'm going to, which is only like 2 to 3 times a week. So it's not like 3 to 5 times. I'm not like boosting out a lot of workouts or something. 2 to 3 times a week. And I stick to this diet like I'm supposed to.
Okay.
I will be 200 pounds by July.
Well, halfway into the year, you're going to be 90.
Halfway through the year, I will lose 92 pounds halfway through the year is what it's trying to claim.
Yes, as long as you keep up.
And honestly, I think I can because it's a matter of if I come home from work and it's just a matter of like, man, I'm feeling tempted. I feel like I might go eat. I just go to bed.
Yeah, but can you sleep with the hunger?
Well, I don't really have hunger pains. It's more of a I feel like I'm bored.
Oh.
So I've got the habit of bored eating. Like I'm just going to nibble on this entire bag of potato chips. You know? That's basically what it came down to is that I would just nibble. I would graze, as they say. But no, I find that it feels like it's working.
Oh, that's great.
So it's one of those things where like you can't see yet so much, but I can feel a little bit. Like my pants are a little bit lighter.
Well, you can always drink water.
Yes, and they encourage you to drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Do you know the average adult male, to properly stay hydrated, you're supposed to consume almost 2 liters?
I thought it was 3.
Almost 4 full liters of water.
And I don't know if I actually cover that quota every day, but...
Well, it also comes from like the food you eat. So if there's water in the food you eat, then that also counts toward it. But
I don't know how much liquids the chicken have, but it better not have a lot.
I don't know if it's a juicy chicken.
They tend to be.
They tend to be. Oh, you love them juicy chickens, don't you?
Yes. Oh,
you love them juicy chickens. Do you like to?
Don't eat raw chicken. You're gonna die if you do so. I'm telling you from experience. It's not worth it.
Why have you eaten raw chicken and died?
It was not. It was not well cooked, and I had food poisoning for 2 days. Yeah.
Although going about talking to diets and then being like, "Hey kids, don't eat raw chicken," I'm like, "Where the fuck did that come from?"
Well, we were talking about chicken, if it is juicy or not.
I was gonna make a sexual reference, and then you went off the fucking boat with that one. I was like, "Oh, you like your chicken juicy, don't you? Yeah, you like juicy, greasy, dirty chicken, don't you? Yeah." And then you went, "Make sure you cook your chicken thoroughly." I'm like, what the fuck is this? My God. So one of the things that I noticed with this diet, and of course, just like any diet, they talk about avoid things like processed foods. Yes, we in general, people should, as a general rule, avoid processed foods. Now, my problem with that phrase, though, comes down to this. Do you know what technically makes up a processed food?
I generally take it as that they are canned or, basically says it in the cover.
So basically, the definition of a processed food is basically this. It says anything that is mechanically or chemically altered. Makes sense, right?
It does make sense, yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of diets, especially the one that I'm on, the intermittent fasting, says avoid processed foods. But then they go around, and this is the thing I brought up to my wife the other day, which it kind of pissed me off because I feel like coffee beans are getting a bit of a fucking pass here.
Well, there are coffee beans that you gotta, pulverize in order to have coffee, so.
Well, here's the thing is that they say that between your fastings, like, or during your fast, between your eating cycle, is that you're supposed to have like 0 calorie, 0 sugar drinks, water, black coffee, or straight tea, like no additives, like nothing added to them. Now, here's the thing. They say to avoid processed foods, right?
Right.
Coffee's processed. Coffee's processed the hell out of it. People that don't believe me, listen up. By the very definition, it says a processed food is a mechanically or chemically altered food. Well, what the hell do we do to coffee beans? We roast them. Well, that's changing the chemical composition. Something about them has changed chemically because they have a different flavor now, right?
I mean, have you ever chewed on freaking coffee beans?
No, I've never chewed on a coffee bean. That's not how any sane person does that. So, coffee beans, you roast them. That's chemically altering them. They don't taste the same after that. And then what do you do after you roast them? You take a machine and grind them down into a powder. This sounds a whole lot like processing to me.
It really does.
Oh my goodness. But coffee is allowed. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then they're like, oh yeah, cheese is also considered a processed food. You can go fuck yourself. You're not taking my cheese. You're not taking my cheese. I want to make that clear. And first of all, there are processed like fake cheeses out there. I'm not going to try to sound like an elitist or anything, but I buy that good shit, okay? I buy that good shit, that natural off the block cheese, okay?
Okay.
I don't buy that fake fucking American Velveeta plastic wrap shit. Get out of here.
That's one thing I didn't get to try, and I think I shouldn't.
It's an experience, but it's not necessarily a good one. No, so I'm just like, no, put like natural cheeses or organic cheeses. But of course, they recommend other things, and they're like, hey, don't have any potatoes. I'll be like, you can go fuck yourself. I'm still eating potatoes. I'm Irish. I eat potatoes.
Potatoes are good, are delicious.
They're also heavy in like calories and starches. So,
but potatoes, man, it's like cheese. You cannot replace it. It has to be the real deal.
Anyway, but I was upset when they were like, oh, no processed foods. And I'm like, okay, I get it. If like chicken nuggets from McDonald's, I get those. Those are 100% processed. They're not supposed to be shaped like that. That's not chicken. That's not a chicken McNugget. That's a chicken McProcess. That's what the fuck that is.
Yes.
Hell, back in the day before they recently came out, about 6 or 7 years ago, they came out and they were like, hey, our McNuggets are now 100% white meat chicken. I go, what the fuck were they before? They were chicken McNuggets.
That's actually a good point. What were they
McNuggets? A lot of people suspect they were fish.
Oh, I mean, I'll still take it, but no, I'm not a big fan of fish myself.
Well, that's the thing is a lot of people apparently couldn't tell because it was such a bland tasting food. That's why they give you salsas.
Gross.
Yeah, a little bit. But there's a story from like a comedian that I saw once, and I don't know how true it is, but back in the day before they got the 100% like all white meat chicken, he had a friend who was like heavily allergic to chicken. Like he brought an EpiPen everywhere with him to stab himself on the off chance that he accidentally ate some chicken and ballooned up and almost dies. So, yeah. Like, do you know what an EpiPen is?
No.
Do you know what an antihistamine is?
Think I do, yes.
Okay. An antihistamine is just basically a chemical that prevents or like basically undoes a chemical reaction, specifically an allergic reaction.
Right.
So let's say you're allergic to peanuts. You accidentally eat a peanut and your throat swells up.
Yes.
Well, you would stab yourself with this EpiPen and then everything goes away. Okay. It's like a miracle saver. Like, oh shit, I'm going to die. Oh, I'm fine now. This guy brought an EpiPen with him. They went to McDonald's and bought a 20-pack of chicken McNuggets. This dude who is severely allergic to chicken ate the entire damn thing. Nothing happened.
Oh.
Yeah. So that means there wasn't a single hint of chicken in that thing. Once again, I don't know how true that is, but I think it makes for a very interesting story. So yeah, I'm cutting back on like sodas as much as I can. Sometimes that's just like, I need a soda, but like, holy hell. Like I know I'm not I'm 292 pounds. People are going to look at me for fucking any advice. But
you're going to look like a new person.
I'm going to look like half the man I am now, or at least a third less. The thing is that I went and I looked at like a lot of the foods that I normally get, like sodas. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. First of all, I'm not really concerned. Like, if you want to drink sodas, but be aware of what's in them. One of the things that I'm trying to cut back on is sugars and carbs. Now, I'm not following their diet to a T because I understand that there are certain foods that I like. There are a lot of foods on there that are like vegetables that I can't eat. They taste disgusting. They make me want to vomit. I can't eat them. So I'm going to modify my diet by reducing the things that I know are bad and minimalizing the things that I know that I enjoy that are bad for me. Like sodas, for example, getting back on sodas. The thing about sodas is on a Mountain Dew. Julian, do you enjoy a Mountain Dew every once in a while?
Nope, because we don't have Mountain Dews here, but I did try it when I was in the States.
What did you think of it when you were in the States?
I thought it was all right. Nothing mind-blowing.
It is one of the most popular sodas in the United States, by far. So much so that it's almost synonymous with gaming.
Yes, I am aware of that one.
That and Doritos.
Yes.
That and Doritos. So I found out in a 20-ounce, just like a store-bought 20-ounce Mountain Dew, there's 154% of your daily sugar intake.
How much again?
154%.
Woof.
77 grams of sugar.
Oh.
It's 154%. Literally, it's 1.5 times your daily intake of sugar from that 20-ounce soda.
You're not drinking soda. You're drinking sugar with soda. Damn.
Yeah. It's nuts. It really is. And I looked at that and I go, holy shit. As a child, I used to freaking chug this stuff.
Wow.
I could drink a 2-liter and stay up all night. Probably explains why I was able to now.
I mean, going through a sugar rush, if it doesn't keep you up all night, then I don't know what it will. By the way, for those who don't know what 20 ounces is for my metric friends, it's 600 milliliters.
Yeah.
That is the small size Coke bottle. That is not 600 milliliters anymore. It's 500 milliliters. And they still charge you the same price for a lesser amount of product.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's 100% crazy. 154% of your daily intake of sugar. That's nuts to me.
On a bottle of Mountain Dew.
On a single 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew. Single. That's it. We're not talking about the people that chug like 3 or 4 cans in a day. No. Oh, my Lord.
I wonder if there's like a light version of a diet version of Mountain Dew.
Oh, there's a diet version. There's now a Mountain Dew Zero.
I mean, zero sugar. That's...
The problem is it doesn't taste quite right. And that's the problem. Some people, I love the people that go, oh, no, I'm on Mountain Dew diet. Why? Just drink water. I like the flavor. No, you don't. You just hate yourself a little bit more now. Drink the real thing and die like a man, or drink water. I don't care. My big thing is a lot of people like to talk about the processed foods and whatnot. And not all processed foods are bad, but a lot of processed foods do have a lot of preservatives and stuff in them that we don't really need in our body. So that is affecting us. Of course, if you're 20 or younger, ignore everything I'm saying. Eat and drink everything you want. Your metabolism will make me fucking hate you. Go down to McDonald's, grab 20 burgers, down all of them, and then run a fucking marathon.
You'll be fine.
Because I hate you.
You'll be fine.
I hate you skinny young punks.
After you hit 20, you better be careful. It's going to pay you back.
Well, I'll tell you what, even if like till 25, you're still rocking a pretty decent metabolism. No, take it from a man who's about to turn 36 years old. If you don't correct your shit by 30, you are going to have a bad time. It's a bad time. It's a bad time. I woke up at 30 and my body said, hey, you know all those past due checks you've been writing? I'm here to collect, motherfucker. And my body just said, nah, bitch, nah.
It explodes.
Sometimes when I get out of bed, my bones sound like the last few seconds of popcorn in the microwave. And I'm 36 years old almost. Pop, 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 pop.
Lordy. No, I'm
all right, hold on. You got to shake the bag a little bit. Get the last few out of them. Jesus Christ. So.
No, I want some popcorn. Damn it.
Don't. Popcorn sucks. I don't know why people like popcorn.
I like them.
It's okay as a food.
Yeah.
It's a lightweight diet food. It's a lot of what skinny mothers eat, but it gets stuck in my fucking tooth and I hate it.
Wait, are you talking about corn?
No, popcorn.
How can you get?
Corn.
Oh wait, you're talking about the seed that actually didn't blow
Kernels
up.
and stuff, and like the skin of the kernel gets stuck in my damn teeth.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does suck, don't it? All right, so enough talk about diets and popcorns and skinny little shits. So we're gonna move on. We do have some this year. My goodness, this is from this year, Florida man. We're actually starting off by extra equality. We're starting off with a Florida woman.
Ooh, a Florida woman.
I can't do it right now. My voice can't hit that pitch.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you. This one comes from the New York Post. This one says Florida woman arrested for threatening to get McDonald's sauce by any means necessary.
Oh.
This chick decided she wanted McDonald's special sauce so bad she was going to threaten people. A Florida woman was arrested for threatening to rob a McDonald's because they did not serve dipping sauce along with her food, a report said on Monday. This is from January 7th of this year, by the way. Marguerite Marie McLaughlin. Oh, God, bitch.
McLaughlin?
19 years old. McLaughlin, yeah. McLaughlin. You know what? Fuck it. This Marie chick.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she was denied the condiment at a McDonald's in Vero Beach, Florida, and pledged to obtain the dipping sauce, quote, by any means necessary, end quote, according to the police report obtained by the New York Post. The fracas, which is just a fancy word for the altercation, allegedly took place around, guess what time, kids? 4 a.m. New Year's Day.
Oh, Lord.
When police arrived to witness McLaughlin yelling profanities at the drive-thru because she claimed she did not receive all of her food. The employee advised the lady that the dipping sauce costs an additional 25 cents.
Oh, 25 cents.
Oh my God, a whole quarter.
How dare they? I could play a game on the local arcade with that much.
No, you can't. Not here, you can't. The teenager further stated that she would be getting the sauce by whatever means necessary, however, could not specify what she meant by that. Everybody knows what that bitch means.
Damn it.
She gonna cut a motherfucker.
Oh,
McDonald's employees said they feared for their safety. The teenager was taken into custody for disorderly conduct. She needed to be placed in mechanical strings by the arresting officers because she kept, quote, locking her legs, refusing to walk forward. Cops also said they smelled alcohol in her breath. They never would have thought with Florida man, Florida woman things. She was released later that day on bond.
How much was it, though? It doesn't say.
Does not say. It also doesn't say which sauce she was specifically going after.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of angry about that.
What kind of sauce can make someone so mad that will threaten a freaking employee from McDonald's?
Florida man?
Florida woman.
Florida woman. I mean, it doesn't matter. It could be ketchup, for God's sakes, and they can threaten to kill a man. It's like, that's my friend's blood. I'm going to stab you. God only knows.
I haven't visited a McDonald's when I was there, so I cannot tell what kind of sauce she would be after.
Yeah, they got lots of different sauces. It's not the point.
True.
The point is, she's psycho. She was 19. She's relatively pretty, but she was in jail for a while for being psychotic, 19, drunk, and threatening a McDonald's.
Would you date her?
No.
I mean, knowing this.
I don't mess with psycho bitches.
Okay.
No. I've dated plenty of psycho bitches in my time. I promise you, no psycho bitches. None, zero. No psycho bitches.
Copy that, boss.
Now, our next topic, I'm going to choose out of thin air because we are not prepared whatsoever. Ooh. Let's see. You know what? We're going to touch on the topic I told Julian we were going to touch on. And this is going to be a little awkward.
No.
You agreed to this. You agreed to this.
No, I didn't.
You did agree to it.
Show me proof.
What do you think I'm talking about?
It.
Right here. January 7th in the Discord. I mean, why not? Let's do it. Julian. You don't remember what topic I'm talking about, do you?
I have my doubts because you might be mixing two topics. But
nope.
Please continue.
Nope. This is a direct response. This is a 100% direct response to what I asked about.
What is the topic?
We're going to talk about furries. We're going to talk about furries.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
You were worried we were going to do the dick measuring contest on
Yes.
So for those that don't know, the inside joke is that one day after one of the podcasts, I went on like a massive rant of just coming up with stupid ideas for topics. And I must have at least 50 or 60 topics that are really dumb and they won't actually work, but they were fun to just come up with.
Yeah, you went on a freaking rush.
At one point, one of them was, I had a lot of free time that day. One of them was, we're going to measure our dicks live on podcast. I will do it. I will still do it.
I won't.
Julian, however, has not agreed to do so.
I'm such a pussy. I'm not doing it.
No one said you're a pussy but you, but now I get to quote you now.
Well, I said it.
It's furries. We're going to discuss furries because furries are not exactly mainstream topics anymore, but I want to discuss them because of various things.
Events.
Full disclosure, when I played in World of Warcraft, a lot of my people that I hung out with and did stuff with were furries. So I actually know a decent amount about furry culture and whatnot. Now, full disclosure, I'm not. And you're going to hear me talk about why I'm not a furry.
And so am I. I'm not a furry.
Julian has made this claim many times.
I may have a past.
I am.
But I am not. I'm not a furry.
No, hold on. New revelations. What?
I mean,
I may have a past.
I mean, just check DeviantArt and you'll see. But I'm not.
No, hold on. No. See, people that say things like what you just said are people like, yeah, I used to be a whore, but I don't do that anymore. Yeah, I used to. I used to accept money for sex, but I don't do that anymore. I'm now an official. I'm an official job. Are you saying that at one point in time you may have deviated and played with the idea of the furrydom?
No, but that doesn't mean I didn't make a character.
No. That's just that's a different thing. I'm talking about furrydom, like the dumbs of furry.
Oh no, not at all.
Oh, Julian, you dangled something juicy in front of my face there for a second. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that because I will do more investigating.
Okay.
So,
like I said, just check my.
I don't want to look at your shitty DeviantArt.
Yes.
So
don't do that. It's not
yeah,
really
I'm not going to. So that's the full disclosure. I knew them. I don't actually talk to them anymore because they got extra weird for a while there. And so I just basically stopped talking to them. They were, for the most part, they were nice people. I did notice that, and this may just be a symptom of being like around that age, not necessarily furries, but they were prone to drama. I think that's... Julian, you have something with which you would like to add?
No, I'm just agreeing. I actually agree with your point there. They tend to...
They tend to be dramatic. They tend to be a little bit self-centered. And any furries that are listening to this saying, no, I'm not, fuck you. You were literally perpetuating everything I'm saying about you. Calm down. Okay. Furrydom as a general rule. First of all, for those that don't know what furries are, we need to kind of establish a baseline here.
What is a furry?
What is a furry? Now, I'm not Googling this because I've been around enough of them. I can make up my own damn definition. Furries are people that enjoy anthropomorphic animals. I think that's sort of the base level.
Yeah, that could be
people that enjoy anthropomorphic animals. Like Yoshis that are red and look like people. You know, those kind of things. Or cats or dogs or wolves or foxes or lions or dragons. Now, enjoying those things, I have absolutely no problem with. None whatsoever. If it makes sense in the context of whatever is going on, I enjoy it as well. I'm not a furry. You know, it's entirely contextual for me. However, there are some people that also like to dress up in the same style as like mascots, but with their own originally made characters. Those are typically what people think about when they think of furries. So, Julian, thank you for adding so much to this conversation. So, I know you have a lot of friends who are in the furrydom, and you're not adding anything to this. Come on, Julian.
Actually, I have nothing to object. You're right in every regard.
Yes. So, they dress up like this. Now, what a lot of people know is that right there, the mascot-looking outfits. That's what a lot of people know furries for. That's kind of the generic outline. Now, a lot of them, however, do have a problem with
careful.
Behaving civilly. What am I careful for?
Careful. There might be
what
some
are all 10 people that are going to listen to this podcast going to give a shit if I say something rude about furries? What? That they like to yiff anonymously? What? Does that offend someone? God forsake the truth offends you. No, you can't. Yeah, because I'm still right. Shut up. So here's the thing is that, yeah. And if anybody who doesn't know what yiffing means, it's just the furry term for sex. That's all it is. So yeah, there's a lot of things that go on. People dress up in mascots uniforms, and then they have sex inside of them. If that doesn't already sound weird to you, then congratulations, you're more in the norm than these people are. But of course, there's also the dark side of freedom, besides just the mascot sex. They like to do anthropomorphic pornography. That's a lot of it. My biggest thing is. So I watched a lot of things on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. If you haven't noticed, I watched a couple things. Apparently, there were a couple of furry cons in which we're going to get into the nitty gritty of like why I don't like when someone goes, "Hey, I'm a furry," and I just go, "Why?" It's things like this. This is the things that make me think of is that. First of all, this con, I forget what the con was called, but essentially it was a comic con, but it was for furries. And in this furry con, people caused hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage.
Oh, Jesus.
They would take the diapers that they wore under their character outfits and fling them on cars. They would like bust down walls. There would be like 8 to 10 people sleeping in a single room, and they would mess up shit. Like knock over furniture and break it by accident. This, that, and the other.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't know this.
I gotta find the video and I'll send you the video again. But like, it was well documented. In fact, it was so well documented that basically these people are not allowed to throw any kind of conventions ever again.
Oh, Jesus. Period. Wow.
Because every other convention hall in the area was warned not to take these people on because hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage was done and these people were unable to pay.
Huh.
So the hotel and convention center that hosted them, they got that.
Wow.
Apparently, there was people yiffing in the hallways. Apparently, there were people yiffing in the bathrooms of the convention center, by the way. And there was just like feces thrown everywhere. There were people like just throwing used food on the floor. Just like, imagine if this was like a rock concert where nobody had any morals. That's what was happening, only with furry costumes, literally. So when I hear furry, my first thought isn't, oh, cool, someone who, is into art. No, it's not that. My first thought is people who have like unrealistic expectations of what reality should be, dressing up as animals, sometimes mythic animals, and then deciding that I'm going to have sex with a stranger while wearing a animal costume. I like when I hear furry, it's just, and some people are like, that's not what everything a furry is. No, I've been around enough furries. I can tell you straight up, if you're not doing those things, you're the minority, not everybody else. I promise you that.
I was just saying that I was going to mention that not all furries are like that, but then you basically shot my argument with the minority, which is true.
Yes, because and you know what? This is not me showing hatred toward furries, okay? If you self-identify as a furry, you are self-identifying with everything that comes along with that freedom. You're accepting everything that comes with it. It's like if I go out there and I go, you know what? If I go out there and I announce my political party to everyone loudly, well, guess what? I am accepting everything that comes along with that. Both the people that praise me for being a part of that party, which is kind of dumb in and of itself, and all the people that hate me for being a part of that political party. Guess what? If you announce that you're a furry, most of the world is not prepared for you. They're not ready for you. You're not ready for you because you dress inside of a fucking unicorn costume and fuck other people. That's what the fuck is going on here. So no, your reality, I reject it. I reject the idea of your reality. You are not, oh, by the way, I want to get into this just for a second. This is what I'm leading into with this. Some people that dress up as like the animals, it's not that they like those animals. They do. They like that animal a lot, but it's that they genuinely believe that that is them. Their human skin isn't their actual skin. Like they're actually a dragon, but they're trapped in a human body. Or they're actually like a, what are those? You've played Final Fantasy games, right? It seems like we're going off topic, but I'm on topic. Hold on. Do you know what a mogul is? Or mogul?
The little white creature with a little like ball hanging on his Yes. Yes, I know what a mogul is.
Yes. You know how that's entirely made up, right? It's not a real creature. You do know that was made up entirely for Final Fantasy, right?
I mean, I assumed it was made only for Final Fantasy, yes.
Yes, it's not a real creature.
It is not.
Okay? There are some people, and I know this for a fact because I met them while in World of Warcraft, and they're like, oh no, I am actually a mogul.
Oh.
And I go, what? Yes, no, I'm not actually a human. I'm actually this. And this man deadpanned it. He was dead serious, and everyone confirmed, no, he actually thinks he's this. You can't be a literal fictional character. It's not, no. Your real identity isn't something that someone made up for part of a story. No, it's just like people that go, no, I'm actually a dragon. No, you're not.
You're gonna go to an interview, it's just like, oh, tell me who you are. I'm a mogul.
Oh, speaking of, I need to find, oh my God. Have you ever seen, Julian. Oh, Julian.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I don't think I have.
I need to show you. I need to find it. Oh my God. German cat girl.
Oh.
German cat girl. Yep, there it is. There it is. Oh my God.
I'm looking it up.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
boy.
Yes. Oh, I saw this a long time ago. Oh my God. A 20-year-old woman claims she is a cat born in the wrong body. Now, here's the problem is that she dresses with cat ears. She has cat paws. Like, she wears cat paws on her hands. They're gloves. I want to make this clear. She's not actually part cat. And she goes around and meows. Like, that's her only form of fucking communication. She meows at people.
Oh, boy.
What the fuck was that noise you just made?
Oh, the cringing. Oh, the cringing.
Now, this is what I think about when I think of furries. Now, she has a boyfriend who is also like is part wolf or some shit, supposedly, and he like howls or something. I forget exactly.
Okay.
But supposedly she goes meow, 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 and he fucking interprets it. No, you don't. You're both making up shit.
She goes in a room walking on 4 feet or 4 hands. 4 hands. Words are hard.
Hands and knees, let's be honest.
Yes. I'm just skipping through the video. I'm like, oh, Lord, why? Oh, God.
I love this.
I'm not okay with this.
She believes she's a cat trapped in a woman. And I like how like you're a cat trapped in the wrong body, and then she fucking responds in fucking English or German. No, you're a no. You can't. Cats don't talk.
How the hell do you find this?
I don't remember how I found it. I don't remember how I found it, but I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I have seen a lot of stuff. But you know what? I'm going to post the link to that in the when we post this, so you guys and gals out there can see exactly what we're talking about. Or you can just go to YouTube and search German cat girl. It's like a 1.5-minute long video. You're going to see exactly what we're talking about. So that's the kind of stuff. It's no, you're not. You're not actually a cat. Stop. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do a little bit of a peace branch, if you will.
Go for it.
An olive branch. If you are a furry, you identify as a furry, and you like anthropomorphic animals, as most furries do, that's fine. I have absolutely no problem with that. If you like to dress up as, an animal, 100% fine with that. My issue really comes when it's like you start to believe you are that animal, or you also start to behave like a piece of shit. Like, have decency. There are other people in this world that don't agree with you, but don't lend yourself to having a negative reputation because you're a furry. Be good. Be decent. Be decent individuals to each other. Stop yiffing in hallways. Just be decent, people. Like, you can like what you like. You can even dress as you want to dress. I don't care. I'll look at it and go, oh, that's furry.
Can we say this is kind of a similar situation to people who don't like gay people or, trans and stuff? Can we say it's in the same category?
Sort of.
Sort of?
I think furrydom has, like, for gay people, there's more of, like, stereotypes and some religious undertones to a lot of what people don't like about gay people. And some of what, if we're being 100% honest, of what gay people have done to themselves. If you are... And I'm going to say this, we're going to get on a different rant here for a second.
Right.
Here's the thing. I have absolutely zero issues with gay people, trans people, any of that stuff. Okay? Here's my caveat. And I need people to pay attention to this because it's important. And I think a lot of people agree with me on what I'm about to say. Your sexuality is not everything you are. Okay?
Okay.
If you're gay, that's fine. But be a person who happens to be gay. Don't be a super over-the-top, flamboyant, like effeminate, all this shit, all this stereotypical stuff. I think a lot of people do that because they feel like this is what gay is. No.
It doesn't really have to be.
No, it doesn't. And it upsets me because so many of them do it when I go, this isn't really you. And I'm not talking about the blowing dudes thing. That could be you. You could be attracted to men. I'm not going to judge one way or the other. That's not for me to do. But you don't need to be like over the top effeminate. Just be you. Just be you. You don't have to pretend to be extra effeminate to fit a certain like square peg that everybody thinks that, oh, this is what gay people look like or do. No, just be you. If you want to be masculine, fine. If you want to be that feminine, do it. That's fine. But understand that if you are the stereotypical, people are going to look at you and go, oh, fuck, whatever. It's stereotypical. People typically don't like stereotypical things, typically speaking. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing goes for like lesbians. Okay. And I'm not talking like regular lesbians where like you can't tell until they tell you. Most of them are doing it right. Good on you, lesbians. We're talking like the butch ones, the ones that super short haircuts, dress really like aggressively, like biker men. Yeah, you're setting off certain signals. That certain stereotypes are coming out. Yes, you're giving off certain signals. Yes, if you don't like the way that people look at you, don't fucking be the way that you are for people to look at you like that. I'm sorry. Like, if I don't want people to look at me and think I'm fat, well, then I should probably not be fat. Just like you have a choice on dressing the way that you do, I have a choice on how fat I am. I just take a little while to shift outfits than you do. So, no, it's be however you want to be. Be whatever you want to be, but don't expect others to curtail their expectations or understanding of you because you refuse to change or you
change too much.
Refuse to do anything other than just being straight stereotypes. Don't be a stereotype. That's basically what I'm really trying to say here.
Right.
Okay. Furries, don't be a stereotype. Gay people, don't be a stereotype. LGBT, the rest of the alphabet soup, don't be a stereotype. Be an individual who happens to have these sexual interests. They should not dominate your entire life. I am straight. I want to make that clear now because that really has any bearing on what the fuck we're talking about. My straightness is not really an impact on my life. Yes, I'm married to a woman. That kind of has a certain impact on my life, but I'm into games. I'm into books. I'm into watching this. I'm into like, how can I make a good video to entertain people? Guess what? If you swap my sexual identity and I'm suddenly gay, I can still be all of those things, except for married to a woman.
I mean, you could technically still do it.
I could still technically marry a woman, but then we're just lying to each other.
Yes.
So, but my point is that my sexual identity doesn't play into every single role of my life. A lot of what people get upset about with furries and gays and other things as well, and I know I'm stepping on some toes, but hear me out here.
Okay.
Is the idea that your sexual identity plays a role in every aspect of your life. And I argue that it shouldn't. It shouldn't because if that's the case, what were you before you hit puberty? Before you knew about sexuality? Were you not a person? Did you not have any interests? Did you not enjoy reading or playing with friends or going outside or video games or whatever before you hit puberty? I say that you were. In fact, I say that if your life is only about your sexuality now, you are more of an actual full three-dimensional person when you were a child than you are now. If all you are is your sexuality, you are a one-dimensional individual. And I want to throw this out there as well. This also goes for straight dudes and straight chicks who only think about fucking. I want to make that clear. Like dude bros in college who are like, oh man, I can't wait to smash Ashley or whatever the fuck her name is. Guess what? Those guys also stereotypes. I dislike those guys as well. I dislike people who are walking stereotypes, not because of the choices they make. Well, I guess, yeah, partially because of the choices they make.
But because they try to fill up the quota of being a stereotype.
I don't know if they're filling out a quota or they feel like some sort of pressure, like they feel like they have to be this way.
Yeah.
Like gay guys feel like they have to be effeminate, or dude bros feel like they have to be like overly masculine to hide the fact that, maybe they're, they're comfortable around their bros a little too much. Whatever. It's the point is, don't be a stereotype. That's it. Accept the fact that some people are not going to like you for you, and that's just the world. Just like I guarantee there are some people listening to this right now who hate me and may have deleted the podcast and will never listen again. But it's the honest truth. Nobody likes a stereotype. Nobody likes a walking stereotype. Don't be a walking stereotype. Be an individual. Be a full-fledged 3D individual person, three-dimensional person. Now, here's the thing. If you're gay and you believe you're a full-fledged 3D individual, good. Good for you. Keep being that full-fledged three-dimensional individual. Have all aspects of your life, like what you do for work and what you do for fun and hobbies and friendships. And like you have this, have more to your life than just your sexuality. And that goes for anybody who overly intensifies and overly specifies their sexuality. That's it. That goes for furries. That goes for gay people. That goes for trans people. It goes for lesbians. It goes for people with the Q's and the A's and the whatevers. It goes for everything.
Yes.
It goes for the S's. The straight people. Because guess what? I want to hang out with my friends. But if I'm hanging out with some friends and they're like, dude, I can't wait to go over there and smash Ashley. Ashley's just getting pounded by everybody today, apparently. But like Ashley or Jill or whatever, like they can't stop talking about all their conquests. Guess what I'm about to do?
Leave.
Tell them to leave. or leave myself because that's annoying as shit. I dislike that as well. So be a full-fledged individual. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Don't be a walking stereotype. Don't be a one-note person. Otherwise, what are you really offering this world? Come on. If we're all here to try to make this giant spinning ball in the universe better in some regards, stop being a damn stereotype. Let's raise the bar in 2020 and try to be better than we were before. Can we do that? We may not all succeed, but can we at least put in the attempt? Please. All right, thank you. This is your paid sponsored promotional rant by Rival Phoenix. Julian, I need you to throw in something here, dude. My throat is fucking raw.
Make 2020 a better year. Don't be a stereotype. People are not going to like that.
Don't be a stereotype. What are people going to be like? Oh, man, fuck this podcast that I didn't pay for. Is that what they're going to do?
Hey, you're getting this for free, guys.
Well, I mean, look, it's the right amount of rants, and I just ranted. So, I mean,
we're feeling the quota of ranting.
But I mean, look, I don't hate on, like I said before, I don't hate on anybody who has. Look, if you're gay and you're struggling because you're gay, I feel for you. I don't feel you because that would be gay. but I mean, like, we all have our struggles in life. We all have our struggles with life. Just stick to it. Do you, and don't worry about what other people are doing. But at the same time, don't be a damn walking stereotype. Be an individual. And that's the important thing. So, furries, stop yiffing in hallways.
Oh, God.
Dress up as your characters if you want. Enjoy your characters. Share your interest with other people who are like-minded. But also understand that there's going to be a lot of people who don't understand you.
Yet.
And people are not going to understand you until the overall idea of what a furry is, that stereotype that we just got done talking about, changes. And the only way that it's going to change is that if collectively people who are into the furrydom decide to behave in a more reasonable manner. That's it. That's all it is. If conventions can be thrown where nothing gets broken, there's not any, significant amount of property damage after a convention, there's no gifting in hallways or diapers thrown on cars, there may be an upturn in, the way that people think about furries. So yeah, it's just a thought. So there you go. There's my furry rant. And here Julian thought we were going to measure our dicks.
I'm not going to do that.
He keeps saying he's not, but I will.
I mean, you can do that. I'm not going to follow.
Yes, I will. And my measurements will be, notarized and sent off by an absolute professional, me. So I will notarize that I have a
What are you talking about anymore?
36-inch dick. That's right. I got a 3-foot dong. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? You going to fight me?
I'm not going to fight you.
If you damn right, I'll swing my 3-foot dick at you. I've got a flesh bat I'll beat the shit out of you with. Don't come at me, motherfucker. So,
woo, boy.
Yeah. So anyway, good way to end the podcast. Threatening to beat up my co-host with my dick. So thank you all so much for being here and listening to my gravelly fucking voice go through all this stuff. But you guys, we do this. We really appreciate you hanging out, hanging with us. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you.
You're the best. The best.
Thank you for being open-minded enough to listen to the rants of a, middle-aged white dude who has some opinions, and hopefully you feel some sort of understanding, or at least you can understand where we're coming from for that one. So thank you so much. We are going to be getting going. We will be back next week. Maybe. No promises.
Hopefully your voice will be...
Because we're going to try.
Hopefully your voice will be better by then.
Yeah, let's hope. You know what the bitch is? Really, I'm just going to let this out real night. I actually, for realsies, I took an extra day off last weekend. I had a 3-day weekend, and I didn't say shit. I let my voice rest the entire time, and it still sounds like this. I still sound like this. It's awful. Anyway, you guys are all fantastic. Thank you for being here. We hope to catch you next week. We do record these once a week. So guess what? If I'm sick, it ain't gonna happen. But we're gonna try our very best to hit every other week this year. That is our resolution. Yes. We're gonna hit at least 90% of them. We hope to hit as many as possible. So thank you so much for hanging tight. And as always, friends, stay awesome.